Hello and welcome to so, so you want to make a Divinity Custom Campaign Part 3. Um Honestly, don't question why it took me so long to get to Part 3. I swear I wish I knew. I wish I knew why it took me like half a year every time to put out a video. And I'm not even like a big channel, I'm just a small time creator. Anyway, we're gonna go back into it. We're gonna click continue on our Gamemaster. Uh, oh, we're loading so the volunteer army marches. That's not the right thing, I think. Hold on. Was this the right thing? This was not. Perfect. Let's go back to the main menu. That's a campaign I've been working on myself. And not the right campaign to load. Let's prepare a campaign. I'll go back. The one I had made was the Wailing Wand. Alright. Honestly, it's been a second since I even started this up. So I couldn't tell you. Anyway. Anyway, here's the campaign. Here's the very simple synopsis we had identified last time. I'm gonna load this one, and this time it should load up the right scene for us. Right, let's go and load this level because I believe this was the one we were working on. Last I recall, at least. Oh yeah, it was this. Yeah, so when we had started out, the scene was largely unpopulated, if I recall correctly. Which I could always be wrong for. But now we've got ourselves. Now we got ourselves a proper scene. So, I'll probably go back and review the footage before I post it just to make sure I'm not going crazy, but I'm pretty sure last time we ended off on a scene that was basically empty. Now we got this. And I know that I definitely put in the work for this because I remember putting in the work for this. Got flags everywhere. I think these are just quest markers stuff. Or, yeah, sub key location. This one is optional quest. And unlock with sub key contains a unique sword and starts a side quest. Yeah. So previously we had a empty version of this map. If I create a new pin and bind the new level, empty garrison. I think we can find the version we had. This is like a big ol' square, so I'll just have to find the big ol' square variant. Which shouldn't be that hard, but here we are, struggling. I legit don't remember what this was. I actually don't know the current moment in time which one this is. Somehow I've forgotten. That's fine. We're gonna pretend like nothing happened. There, it's this one. It's got stuff on the bottom and it's got like a horn at the top. Okay. I do want to see what it looks like before, just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I can find it now, surely, that now that I've gotten a little bit of direction on it. That would be this one, yeah? Absolutely not. Is it, or is it not this? It might not be this. I might just be incredibly good and not finding the thing. There we are. Cool. Let's load this level just to see the comparison. Just to see what I've added. So we started out with this. Okay, yeah. So we started out with this. This is the same scene we got before, except this one is empty. This one you can walk around. look around, there is nothing here, nothing at all. I mean, there's still a lot of props going on. This is still a good scene to like set up characters for, but there's like nothing of value in it essentially, right? And now we go to this one, and I wish I had done this the first time, but it's fine. We learn. I am bad at editing, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know how to edit. Anyway, here we are. We got. This is supposed to be like a knight's outpost, so I went and put up this little smattering of chairs and whatnot. Don't question why the table is levitating off the ground. The players will not notice. The players are gonna be zoomed out playing the game like this. So, unless you got yourself like a really detail-oriented player who's like zooming in and like double-checking everything, they will not notice. Especially not if they're looking from here. But yeah, I added some targets over here. There's a well and some general supplies to loot. Everyone loves looting, so it's always good there. There's a chest. It is mostly hidden, but it's not hidden, which allows for other things. There's a beehive, but I think can still be looted. That's just there for aesthetic purpose. And now we go over here. There's still more targets in the grass and whatnot. I can actually move them slightly out of the grass. That would probably make more sense. That way, if you look at them from an angle, they're not super obscured. We got some more barrels. We got some NPCs here. Got camping fire. We got more random stuff here. Just more aesthetic stuff. A lot of barrels. These sort of scenes thrive on barrels. We got some stuff to generally like put around the area. Fish, a person, more barrels and baskets. A lot of more fish. Fish racks are really good. I did really enjoy making this area. So in the last one, you saw that this was completely empty. Now it's filled with a bunch of stuff. And, you know, the player, as a player would, if I can just duplicate him real fast. Slap him over here, click on this guy, we're gonna possess him. So this is what the player would see. And yeah, let's zoom in and let's have him walk around. He would run over here, you could run under here. As you zoom in to see what he's seeing, you'd be greeted by this sight. On this side, because this is like the storage area, the storehouse, if you will, for where all the soldiers put their food, you would see a bunch of fish, you can loot all of this. Please don't pick up that water barrel, please, I beg of you. You can see more supplies, more boxes. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, what is that? That's the thunder rune up top. Got more barrels over here. Oil barrels, because, you know, everyone needs oil. We got wood pile, grains, barrels. Here's a little whetstone shop set up, and then, you know, some candles, but they're unlit. Unlit candles, unlit candle here. This is clearly where someone's been sleeping. Unlit candles because we practice safety here. But yeah. I guess if you zoom out, it'll be a bit easier to look at. But essentially, I just went and put in a bunch of stuff to make it look and feel a bit more homey. You know, I could have this guy lying here anyway. But yeah, this is supposed to be a guard outpost. Wanted to give it a bit more oomph, I guess. And you know, players enjoy looting things. If you walk in, they're definitely gonna loot stuff. They'll see all the things. I don't believe I went through and like put in something in every single container. This doesn't look like I did, but I can guarantee you at least some of them have stuff in them. I tried my best to put in some stuff into some of the bigger ones, just so the players can, yep, loot something, feel like they can accomplish something. But yeah, as we head over here, we can follow our player over here. Up top, there's another chest, some bedrolls from where a guard would possibly need to, you know, sleep for the night. Over here, as he heads over here, I mean, this is just, I feel like this is fair. You'd find this in more commonly less medieval settings, probably, to stack chairs up like this. I don't know how medieval or Renaissance or whatever period this would be would do that. Over here, you got someone's house, probably like the captain or maybe just like internal HQ. I'm not too sure exactly how this would work out. If you're watching this video, you probably know roughly what you're doing, so you can figure that out. Let's say this is like the quarters of the captain or something. So outside you got a whole bunch more stuff to loot. You got just set pieces, bench, you know, kegs, I think, washing tubs, yeah, and then got a chest. Chest got some stuff in it. Got some frost runes, survivor's guide. These in Divinity, you can learn. I think you can learn recipes from opening some of them. But yeah, just some little set things. Over here, you got, you know, this area. This I don't think I really touched. I could probably spice it up with a planter few. Let's go and finish that out, shall we? Oh, that's the gear button, come on. You know how to work this, surely. Let's see here. I will say, I realized I can't talk today. I can never talk. Who am I kidding? I realized, while playing Baldur's Gate 3 might I add, a very fun game, that in fact I have not really looked into finishing this series, even though I definitely said I would when I started the series. That would be called My Bad, as I am sort of shit at finishing videos. It's to no real benefit of me either. I wish I knew why I was so shit at finishing videos, because it would probably explain why my videos don't get a lot of traction. But I would also argue that a large part of it has to deal with me getting busy either at work or just in general with life, and then things get waylaid and pushed to the side. But yeah, let's just do that. That's a pretty simple enough setup. Little bench, little decor. These people don't really care enough to put down a bunch of other stuff. Now if we were in a different society, we might actually put down like maybe rugs or something. I don't actually think I have access to rugs, now that I think about it, but we might. If you look in here and you look up, if I look up rug, doesn't pull anything? Okay, I don't think we have anything for that. But yeah, I think the arguable logic of me finishing up the last video here is because this is the finished scene, and I can see like roughly how the world would work in this scene. I don't expect the players to spend a huge amount of time in these scenes. At most, my players in my custom campaigns spent probably at most like, well, at most probably an hour and a half in this scene. But that's also because, you know, you can set up, let me delete you. Actually, let's deactivate you. Deactivating people is pretty useful. We can actually make you a temp random character. Screw it. Let's, I don't think I have too much unique stuff on you. Custom stats, bag, you have nothing huge. I didn't even name your stuff really. Okay, let's just change it. Alabaster Gold, you can be... You're getting demoted a level. You can be True Handler the Sage. I don't know why. Let's give you a different helmet. Actually, let's give you the same helmet except you're wearing it this way. Head doesn't really matter. People can't see the head half the time. Give you a slightly different armor. Nope. Put those back, sir. Facial features. Yeah, you can have some age on you. You know, the clothing color, I'm not gonna fuck with too much, but it definitely looks different based on what you're picking. I'm gonna keep it blue, because that would make it make sense. Wonder what's in my Gamemaster inventory. Not a whole lot. Numb, Steel, Soki, Soggy Letter. Oh yeah, the Soggy Letter. I wrote out lore. I don't remember if I talked about this in the last one, but if I hover over this, I guess I wrote out some lore. Yeah, you know, it's a note. It's a interesting note. I remember roughly this logic. Let's make you a weapon. Let's do balanced two-handed axe. It'll be a rare axe for level 4. Then rename you. This game does have an insane amount of customization for items. I have not looked into Baldur's Gate and whether or not I could run like custom campaigns on Baldur's Gate. But if I can, that would be very cool as well. Could definitely see that being a thing. Just haven't messed around with it. The main campaign itself is so darn expensive. It's expansive, not expensive, sorry. Anyway, let's name this. True Handler. I'm just introducing random lore tidbits to this weapon. These have no real reason to exist. It just shows up in the little toolbar. But we're gonna duplicate it. We're going to drag it onto this guy. Then we're gonna duplicate it again, which should put it into the inventory. Actually, before we do that, let's manage this weapon. We'll go to what it gives you. We're gonna give you a bit of where is it? I'm gonna give you Necromancer 1, not 2. It's a level 4 for goodness sakes. Piercing would be interesting, but I think we just keep it physical. It gives you that, and that's fine enough. Right, we're gonna duplicate that over, and then we're gonna save the weapon as is. Always save weapons. You never know when you're gonna have to pull this random axe out of nowhere. Gives you +1 strength and +1 necromancer set crippled for 1 turn. That's good. That's actually a pretty good axe. So yeah, we put it on the person. Slap the two-hander back in here. We're gonna activate him actually. We're gonna manage him again just to make him slightly more unique. We are going to up his magic armor to 10. Then I usually don't put in a bunch of EXP on these like small characters, but technically because these are guards, I think they should give decent EXP. because they are guards. And I'm not saying this because guards like have to be anything. In fact, guards are arguably not particularly valued in this campaign. I think I'm making just to, you know, you're just a group of people looking for a wand that's supposed to give you good luck or something, but you chance upon these people. They're still guards of some area. They should have some finesse and prowess. So yeah, just some quick editing. I find it easy to put down these things. Then it's just going up top here, clicking and dragging. Again, rotate with the middle mouse. That way you have a quest marker that sits there and tells people what's over there. Players cannot see them. So this is good if you want to highlight an area, but you want to also try to like guide people over there without making it super obvious. Well, I think arguably this is all I wanted to show off for the scene making part. I think the other parts I did briefly want to touch on were like vignettes and whatnot. But here, let's not end off so soon. Purely because I feel like I do better if I just hammer out a whole bunch of stuff. I think the only other thing I haven't really mentioned, I mentioned over going through like the options. I mentioned going through just in general making a scene. I think. Back to the one we hold started. On. Let's not play my own video at the same time. But yeah, you see me placing a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, it looks like. You actually saw me placing a whole bunch of stuff now that I'm looking back at the video. You don't actually see me placing a lot of the items or the weaponry or anything. So yeah, let's just go and talk about that real quick, shall we? That would probably be good. Okay, let's go and switch over into... well, there's no real good scene to switch into. Let's stay in this scene. We're just gonna go... somewhere, right? We're doing a change of scenery here. Let's go here. This man, he's a fisherman, probably. What would a fisherman want, right? You can either use the item generator here, or you can just go through this list, go to items, go to weapons, and find something here. It's up to you how you actually look for it. But given the options, there are a lot of things you can give this guy. Traditionally, we have the trident, I suppose. And we can definitely do that. I'm gonna do miscellaneous to see if we can find that, maybe. We have a wooden pitchfork, but that's not exactly it. Guess it would fall under spears, probably. Yeah, trident. Here's a trident. Man, that is a big old trident. Holy fuck. Perhaps we give him a ribbon harpoon, a spear. This is definitely not a wooden pitchfork. Damn, I don't know what you're smoking. Same with that. That's not a wooden pitchfork. Anyway, we're gonna give him a trident. We're gonna manage the trident. We can name it. This is a fisherman of many years. He just hasn't leveled up a whole bunch. We can name this... What would someone name a trident, really? It just depends on what flavor you're going with in the game, to decide what you could do with this. I have no aptitude in naming weapons in games. In Minecraft, I named all my weapons just like big ol' swingy thing or like pokey stick. I'm not very good at naming things. We could just name this Good Harvest. But yeah, we just named our thing. Usually for named weapons, I will actually make them unique. That way people know that they're named weapons. We're gonna check on unidentified, which just means that people can't really pick it up. This is gonna be, or can't really pick it up and see what it does, rather. So when they hover over it, they won't actually see the stats or anything. This is gonna be a bit of a gimmick weapon. This is a stupid thing that I do in a lot of my games. Very not useful in actual gameplay, really. But we do this because we enjoy making stupid shit happen. It's a good good harvest, I would say. And that's because it got a 5% accuracy boost. And a Hydrosophist 1. So let's go and look for a spell that would possibly slap onto this thing. It'd probably just be a Hydro spell at this point. Tridents are usually associated with like water people. Water people who have a way to do more water things. Let's not do ice spells. Ice spells are a little weirder. Freezing touch is fine. Man, Hydrosophist is really just ice. Not real water spells here. We got Rain, and we got Hailstrike, Ice Fan. Healing Tears? I don't know about Healing Tears. Global Cooling could be decent. Stasis. Just... what would someone need? Rain. You know, sometimes you just want something that would be good. Alright. So we got here good harvest. You can see all the things here. I'm just gonna get rid of this description and write a little bit more. How to put this? A crude yet well-worn, well-worn probably. Crude yet well-worn trident inscribed with clumsily carved elven runes. Meant to... Let's leave it ambiguously like this. This means nothing in terms of the campaign, but you can all, I mean, listen, you can write whatever the hell you want to write. We're gonna save as good harvest. We're gonna go and duplicate that over. As we duplicated it over, we've got to be careful of where the heck it went. In this case, I have absolutely no idea where it went. I tried to duplicate it, which means it could, for all I know, it's sitting underneath the water right now. But we're gonna go and place it on dry land, and then we're gonna duplicate it this time. There we are, there's the second one. I'm gonna go and... Nope. We're not possessing you. We're managing you. We're gonna... your loot. Give you that, but you're not actually gonna... Oh, I can't actually equip it on you. Absolutely cannot. Okay, well, you're just gonna have good harvest. You're gonna have it on your person, because that way we can make sure it doesn't actually get stolen super hard. But we're gonna put it here. It'll probably be one of the first times the players get a weapon. Now granted, this is a finesse weapon. In that when you look at it, and the players get to see this, I suppose. It scales with finesse. It's got 3 range, which makes it a bit longer range than basically everything else in the game. But it's finesse. And finesse is hard to come by because it would imply that your character is a ranger or a rogue, or for some reason just a finesse paladin or something, which doesn't happen. So anyway, you got it, but technically it's just yeah. I think the main crux of armor creation and all that is making weaponry, making armor that feels, how to put it, it feels good. Good to wear, good to see. Also, like, relevant to your gameplay. As the GM, you have the power, you possess all of the power, to make whatever the fuck you want. A lot of this, I mean, you can have them have jacked up civilian gear, but that's also a little weird. Let's see here. We had saved some creatures and some people. Oh yeah, let's go and save this guard, shall we? There we go. Everyone's here. We're gonna make a... We'll make a paladin. We got someone up here, Matilda. We'll add a markswoman here. Me over here. Gonna be all fancy looking. But we're gonna try to change her up to be slightly closer to what we had. Which has actually got the right blue, arguably. The other clothing color can be light blue. Muted blue. Hairstyle. Ooh, big old tall hat. This is arguably not the most insane customization in Divinity, at least. There's a decent amount, but there's also not a huge amount. That's a pretty cool fit, honestly. This is a pretty cool fit. I like that. Trousers. Yeah. Gotta have stuff you can move around in. Give you a bit of that. Hair is gonna be... Not everyone's got white hair in this campaign, that'd be a little rude. I'll give you light brown hair. Clothing color 3, what do you manipulate? All this time later, not a huge difference. Yeah, your name is going to be... Listen, again, if you're following this still, I don't know how to name people. Prita Gord. Level 10 is a little too high for this outpost. Level 7 makes it a bit more normal. She's gonna have a ranged AI. Or she can just have a flat bow. I don't really care about her. Now, I could make her a trader. We can do archer trader. We can do uncommon. We can do level 5 generate. That'll make random gear. We can do common. Level 4. Rare. Level 5. And that should give her a good amount of stock. I'm gonna possess you to sit on the bench there, lady. Right, and then we're gonna go and drag down a big ol' quest marker. Archery trader. Let's say you want this lady to carry unique gear. And, you know, it's integral to your story, maybe. Something I did in my campaign was I had several sets of armor that were only accessible through, like, quests, rewards, or talking to specific people. And they all had, like, custom stats on them. Now, just to explain how custom statting works. So say we would manage this light helmet here, we can go to the... I actually don't think we can do that right now. Yeah, that's fine. I suppose you just write it here. I think what I'm thinking about is only for characters. Yeah, for custom stats here. Yeah, that's fine. I forgot what I was doing. It's fine. So say we have a light helmet. We want it to be rare, you can make it unique, you can make it legendary. It's up to you. You know, it influences what this looks like. Divine definitely looks the coolest. Unique's a bit lighter. It doesn't look as cool as Divine. If a weapon's Divine or something's Divine, you know for sure this is like insane gear. Say we make it epic though. We make it level 7. Because we want to make something interesting. I always make things unidentified because I feel like everyone picks up ID scrolls and can't really do anything about it, or just lore masters and high enough and all that stuff, if I recall correctly in Divinity. I don't really remember how this stuff works anymore, but my mind's been consumed by Baldur's Gate completely, entirely. But gives you wits. It can also give you initiative, which would be great. Not a huge fan of giving a bunch of stats to things. We could change the manipulation of damage, resistance, but we're not. We're just gonna give it a skill. If you're giving it an observation or initiative skill, then we probably want to give it a sort of random skill. We can give it unlock. Unlock magic. This rarely happens. Very rarely. But, you know, you got this. And, you know, it's a little bit of a random thing. It's not a particularly strong helmet, but it's got unlock magic. But yeah, you just sort of manipulate every single thing you do. You can change stuff. Sockets. You do, like, 2 sockets, for example. Then they can put runes into that stuff. Durability, I'm not fucking with that. Price is if you sell it back to a trader, what do you get for it? And lock level, I believe this is the max level it can be or something. I'm not actually sure how that one works either. Main attributes wise, you can always, you know, obviously, if you wanted to. As an example, you can do like strength 100. Oh my god, this boot gives you the 100 strength. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of breaking the fuck out of games, even with custom gear. Like, if you're just gonna make something where the characters can just one-shot everything in the world, then what's the whole point? Now, that being said, I definitely did create a few characters and a few armor sets in my last campaign that were utterly broken up the ass, just insanely valuable. And I gave them out freely for a quest reward. Now granted, I also instilled some drawbacks. I basically had these equipments have negative stats on them. So like, for example, if you like these boots that we've been messing with, you can actually give this minus this. So now you actually subtract physical armor when you put this on. Now if you do that, you can always then up something else. So it's like, oh well, you actually get less of this, but you get way more of that. So this is just values for you to play with that can give you a overset a thing or a really stupid thing. And it's up to you. You are the creator here. And if you did want to, you can always, you know, for a trader 6, we can always drag any number of equipment onto the player at any given time, and the player will equip them all. Now I will say, in terms of things, there's no real sorting of the gear, unfortunately. Unless, can I sort? Does that sort her inventory for me? Definitely doesn't. Okay. I still manipulate everything over. It makes sense. Okay. But, yeah, players can put as many things onto someone. The more things you put onto the character, because these all have values and whatnot, the more it contributes to her total armor and magic armor score. If you want, you can also manually not put any equipment on her and just manipulate it from here. So for example, I can make this 56. She already has a lot of EXP gain for being level 7. We're just gonna up her gain as well, and we're gonna give her a bit more initiative. But yeah, this is essentially how you create characters, essentially how you create gear as well, and that's arguably the gist of it. But I'll probably make another video if in the case I need it, and we'll figure out the rest of it. But yeah, thank you for watching. This has been part 3, a awfully long time awaited probably part 3, but a part 3 nonetheless. So thank you for watching. I'm Rai, and I'll see you in another part if I ever make one. Yep, bye.